I'm live. Happy Friday. Hey, y'all. It's Jasmine Elizabeth, and this is Dear Jassy. And we are on the R Network. We are not just for the people, we are the people. I don't know if y'all know this. It's super dope. That AHRR is supposed to be like a play on being a pirate. So it's like R. Like I think that's super dope. But it's our network where we are not just for the people, we are the people. It's a space where we create space for conversations, hard conversations, good conversations, funny conversations. So thank you for joining us on this platform this Friday. And like I said, I am Jasmine Elizabeth. This is Dear Jazzy, where we just shoot the shit about the letters that you guys send me. It's different conversations on advice and scenarios and what would you do. And it's all a play on the comments. So we talk together. You guys talk to me. I talk to you. We give advice to the people who send in letters. And if you want to get some advice, if you have a scenario or a situation that you would like to have discussed on a Friday afternoon, go ahead and send me your letters. Send it to dearjazzy at gmail.com. That's DearJassy two times. Dear Jazzy at gmail.com. And we got some pretty good letters this week. We actually got a spin off of last week. Like somebody has a follow up from a conversation we had last week. So if you tapped in last week, we're going to have a follow up from last week, which I think is going to be interesting. And we have another one that we're going to just chat about too. So, hey Heather, I see that you're in the comments, and I hope you are enjoying yourself wherever traveling nursing has taken you, my friend. Thank you for hopping in the comments with me. And hey, Sean, I can't wait to hug you and see you. I don't know if that's going to be tomorrow, this weekend, friend, but I cannot wait to see you. I miss you. Thank you for hopping in the comments with me as well. Um, so while we're waiting for people to hop on, I'm gonna give a couple announcements and give a shout out to our sponsor. So if you have a product, a line, a service, or something that you want to feature on a Friday, send me an email as well. Dearjazzy at gmail.com, and we can put together a dope sponsorship package for you to where you can get featured. People can hear about your products. I can talk you up. You can come to breathe, all of those things. And so that's what I'm actually going to do for one of our sponsors and one of our products. And this is Divine Naturals by V. And Divine Naturals was created to provide natural skincare products that everyone can use. Those with sensitive skin or those who just want to switch to more natural products for their hair or their skin. Ms. V started off just making soap and she quickly turned into many other products. She doesn't use any chemicals, so everything is really, really natural. And she makes everything by hand. And she's at Breathe every Sunday. And let me tell you, honey, these butter creams that she makes, these whipped butters are phenomenal. They smell amazing. And she has so many different lines, flavors. The cashmere one is actually one of my favorites. There's a cocoa cashmere, and then she has a divine line as well. And so I definitely want you guys to support her product. Purchase her whipped butters. She also has a divine oil. She has magnesium cream. Fellas, she has a beard cream that is like it's superb. She has a beard cream. She has magnesium cream. She has a lot of different things. And you can find her products online at divinebyv.com. That's www.divinebyv.com. And you can also catch her in person every Sunday, just about every Sunday at Breathe. So she's one of our primary feature vendors at Breathe on Sundays. So on at 2 to 7, Tetra, Denver, Colorado, 3039 Walnut. We're at Tetra every Sunday from 2 to 7, and you can get some of Miss V's butters there too. And they move fast, so don't wait. And let me tell you, like I said, your skin feels so soft. And what's so cute is she sets it up like a whole little ice cream stand, and she scoops it up for you, and she tops it with glitters, and she tops it with different assortments that actually are that you can put on your skin, and they last. And my daughter, she's always in my cream. Like, she's in my whipped butter all over the place. Glitter, it's really dope. And like I said, she has lines for the fellas too. Like, she has a couple of different fragrances that she has for the fellas. And if you have any recommendations, because she's always looking to do different collaborations or to try out different scents. So if you have any recommendations or things that you want to try out, hit her up. So that's Butters by V, www.divinev, let me make sure I'm saying it right, divinebyv.com. So check her out. Check out her website. Check her out at Breathe. Come play with us on Sundays. We're looking for spades players. We're looking for dominoes players. We're looking for people to come play Uno. And it really is a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. And it's 2 to 7. We have the NFL ticket, so you can come watch the Broncos smash whoever we're playing, because that's what we've been doing, because we're number one right now, and we'll probably make it to the Super Bowl. And I'm taking all bets, so if you want to bet on that, I'm down. We could do that as well too. So let me see. We're covering the oils. I've covered Breathe. I've covered the Sunday ticket. Next Sunday is my birthday dinner, so I look forward to everyone who's purchased tickets to come out and celebrate with me. Now I Know is still doing really well, so if you'd like to purchase your copy of Now I Know, it's available on Amazon.com. And in the new year, I'm going to start like a little Now I Know challenge where I really would like you guys to share your feedback with me, your thoughts, your insight, and just share a thought, a reel, a photo, or whatever the case may be, and include the hashtag Now I Know, so that I can start spreading the word with that as well too. So, all right. We got a couple people on. I'm gonna get into the letters, but I'm not gonna start with the piggyback from last week. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to join for that one. So I'm gonna start with a different one, and I think there's some. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna start with this letter that I received via email, and it says "Me and My Sister," and it's from December, and that's a dope name because I'm born in December, so I think that's super dope that that's your name. All right, so here we go. It says, "My sister is pregnant and told everyone except me. I found out on Instagram, like I'm a random follower. When I asked her why, she said I have main character energy and she didn't want me taking over her moment. Should I show up to the baby shower like nothing happened, or let her enjoy her moment without me?" All right, so I'm going to read it again. "My sister is pregnant and told everyone except me." Okay, that's point one. Your sister is pregnant and told everyone except you. You found out via Instagram like a random follower. When you asked her why, she said that you have main character energy and you didn't want her taking up at over her moment. Should you show up to the baby shower like nothing happened? Okay, wait, hold on. So I feel like, what do y'all think? Oh, hey, Miss Teresa, you were able to hop in. Thank you. Okay, I can see the comments for YouTube now too, so that's dope. All right, hey, Miss Teresa. Okay, so did y'all hear that? Did you hear the conversation? So she's pregnant. No. Her sister's pregnant. She found out via Instagram. Her sister didn't tell her because she said her sister has main character energy and she didn't want to steal the moment. And so now she's asking, should she show up to the baby shower like nothing happened? um, hey, Miss V. So Miss Teresa says she sounds like she's in her feelings. Life is short. Forgive and go to the shower. Jazz says, my first question is, what is the type of relationship you and your sister have? Are you close? Okay, so that was my first thing too, Jazz, because it says my sister's pregnant and told everyone except me. So if your sister's pregnant and told everyone but you, are y'all close, or like there has to be some type of friction or some type of something in between there? And I understand what she's saying, that she said that you have main character energy and she didn't want you taking over her moment. But that's speaking to the dynamics of y'all's relationship. Like I feel like that's speaking to the dynamics of your relationship. I feel like in some way, shape, or form, your sister is feeling some type of way, and she might just be intimidated by you. There's so many different ways to approach this. Okay, so let's see, what are they saying in the comments. So Jazz says, what is the relationship, right? And that's what I'm saying too, because this could be looked at in so many different ways. Like your sister could be intimidated by you. You can have made your sister feel some type of way where she doesn't feel confident in having that relationship. Sean says it depends on the relationship. Miss Teresa said her sister should sit her big personality aside for a minute. But she should just suck it up. Sometimes the truth stings a little bit. Okay. All right. Hey, Shanae. Okay, I'm so happy you joined this week, because I'm going to give you a follow up from next week. From last week, because you're going to enjoy it. But yes, Shanae, I'm so happy to see you. Happy Friday, girl. Happy Friday. All right. So before we go on that one, let's get to the sister. So as a person with a big personality, I've learned how to understand the time and place for everything, right? Like you understand when it's really not about you. But that comes through growth and maturity. And so sometimes you can take the main stage and it's not even on purpose. Like sometimes you just have that energy where you demand a room, where you command a room, and it's not even intentional. And trust me, I know it happens all the time. So with that, I just feel like the dynamics of the relationship, because y'all are saying like, oh, she should just suck it up and go. But I'm like, wait, hold on. That's kind of like, what about the sister who didn't get told? Like she didn't even get told to be able to go. Like y'all are kind of skipping over that part. Like the little sister, big sister, whatever, didn't even tell her. And so I feel like my feelings would be hurt, because yeah, like damn, my nigga, because you felt like I was going to get too excited, or because I might take some attention intentionally or unintentionally, like you didn't feel like we could share that moment together. So can we talk about that part first? Because y'all are just like, suck it up, put her personality to the side. It's like, well, damn, that's not, is that fair though? Like, is that really the right perspective to have? And maybe it is. And maybe I'm just on the other side, used to being on the other side, so I see it differently. But I feel like, thank you, sister. My sister stepped in. Tilly says, sorry, not sorry, definitely not going. Sounds like issues with the relationship between the two. And that's what I'm saying too. Like it's so much deeper than just put your personality to the side and show up, because clearly there's some tension, there's some funk, there might be some jealousy, there might be some envy. And I understand like you might just want to have your moment, but what is it about me that makes you feel that you can't have your moment? Is it really that I show up and intentionally steal it from you? Or do you feel some type of way? And as sisters, can we have this conversation? Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what it is, that those dynamics. Because Heather, you're like, she should just suck it up because the truth stings a little. But she didn't even tell her the truth. She didn't even get to tell her. So, and Miss Teresa, we all know it's not so easy to just, how do you like just sit your personality to the side? Because for me, I realized I used to do that, but now I don't go into environments where I have to put my personality to the side. Like if I can't show up as Jasmine Elizabeth however I want to show up, then I'm not showing up. But then I also understand that there is the dynamics of time and place for everything, time and place for everyone. But putting my personality to the side to appease another person, fuck that. I'm not doing that. And I don't think anybody should. I don't think you should put your personality to the side. I think you should know how to work rooms and how to cultivate situations. But just bowing down, nah, I don't think that should be the answer. Um, I do agree, Miss Teresa. They do have to be close. Like they do have to be close. So there has to be some dynamics or some space where both of their feelings um should hurt. Heather says it shouldn't be a problem that she wants to shine. I don't think that's her problem though, boo. She's the sister isn't saying she wants her shine. She's saying, should I show up? She's saying I didn't even get invited. And what I'm saying is the sister, December, that's her name, December could very well just have that aura, that personality when she steps in a room. Unintentionally, people are attracted to her. Her baby sister or big sister, whoever, it may not be the same thing. So is that fair for you to just not tell your sister because you're like, oh, she's going to take my moment? Or is there a space where y'all should have a conversation? So that's what I think too. But I do think that there is some level of closeness. There has to be something where they feel, yeah. So Heather says she's allowed to have her feelings hurt. However, I think that shows us what the relationship is like. That her feelings are hurt? Tell me more. So you think because her feelings are hurt, I think her feelings are hurt because she had to find out that her sister was pregnant on Instagram. I don't think her feelings are hurt because she wanted like she wanted to shine in the moment. Am I reading that wrong? Do y'all think that's wrong or what? Shanae says, I agree with you. It would need to be a conversation with my sister. I'm a big energy, but I never want to overshadow my sister, and that's never my intention. So, oh, baby, we're having a conversation as uncomfortable as it will be. I agree. We got to talk about this. And yes, so Shanae, you get it too because you are definitely like your aura, your presence, you just show up and people just naturally respond, especially kids. You are really, really good with kids and young people. Like you just draw people naturally. So with that, it's like knowing how to like turn and peek and do all that. But I do think a conversation needs to be had. But how far along are we? Like, is this where you she just found out she's pregnant? Because I kind of feel like you're jumping the gun. Because if she just announced that she's pregnant, are we already to the baby shower point? Because I feel like there's room and space to y'all to have the conversation to where you could be invited to the baby shower or you can go to the baby shower. So I feel like if it isn't immediate, because if she just announced that she's pregnant, then I foresee that you have a couple months until the baby shower happens. And so if you have a couple months, I say take that time to sever your relationship with your sister or talk to your sister about that dynamic and why y'all feel the way that y'all do, because clearly you guys feel some type of way. And that's what I said too, Jazz. I don't know how far the pregnancy is, but it sounds like there must be some room. There must be some room. And so Sister Tilly says, to me, to share the moment with the internet instead of her sister is crazy to me. So clearly her and her sister are not that close. I agree to that extent too. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what is the dynamics of y'all's relationship? But caveat pause, because you know bitches be quick to put some shit on the internet. I'm guilty too, because I'll put some good news on the internet real fast. So then that also speaks to your sister's personality too. Like, did everybody find out on Instagram or just you? Like, was that how she told everybody, or is that just how you found out? And I think there needs to be a conversation around that part too, because if that's how everybody found out, then that's how everybody found out. But if she, and I feel like even in that regards, people have the right to tell their business however the fuck they want to tell their business. Like, I don't feel like, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I just feel like you have the right to disclose your business however you want to disclose your business. But I do agree with that. Like if there is some closeness and you told your people before you told the internet and you just weren't one of those people, then yeah, I would definitely want to talk about that. And so Miss Teresa, I was saying that too. Like if she didn't get invited, don't go. Like I'm not going nowhere. I'm not invited. Friends, family, foe. I'm not going. And I'm not asking to be invited either. Like, even to family functions, like, if I don't get invited, I'm not asking to be invited and I'm not showing up. And I don't buy that, oh, we're family, everybody's invited type shit. Because no, if you intentionally invited my cousin and everybody else got personal invites and I just got a, oh, by the way, I'm good. Like, you don't have to appease me. So if I wasn't invited, I wouldn't go. But I don't even think they're to that point. I think she just announced it. Like, I think she just announced it. But if you're not invited, don't go. Um, I think she's in her feelings and she's allowed to have them on both sisters' ends. The fact that she found out on IG shows us what that relationship is, and communication goes a long way. So, again, what if everybody found out that way? What if everyone found out via Instagram and December's just tripping? Does that show that December has that big main character energy where it's like, oh, I should have found out in this particular way? And then does that justify the sister's position? Or what if everyone found out via Instagram? What do y'all think then? Oh, and we don't have anyone on YouTube today. We have all the people on Facebook, which is cool. What if it's not a big deal to the sister who? That's what I'm saying too. Like, what if that was her way of communicating it to everybody? So December, I think it's worth a conversation with your sister because, again, know her personality. It's very possible that she could be the type where she announced it to everybody on Instagram that she was pregnant. Clearly, if she just made the announcement, there's more than enough time for y'all to have a conversation um, and sever it to where you can decide if you want to go to the baby shower or not. But I wouldn't necessarily just jump the gun. Because, like Shanae said, if everyone found out on Instagram, then you need to breathe. And, like, yeah, exactly. Because then you are letting that big energy take over. Like, if everybody found out on Instagram, like Shanae said, then you do need to breathe and give her some space and let her have her moment. But if she told people on the side and that's how you found out, then yeah, there will be space for that conversation for sure. But y'all were so quick to just tell December to suck that shit up and put it to the side, but have feelings for us. We don't necessarily intentionally always take up space. So be gentle, be gentle, be gentle. But yeah, December. So have the conversation. First ask like how did everybody else find out? And then have that dynamics because clearly you and your sister got some tension or some I won't even say tension, but like some relationships, communications and skills and understanding of one another. And I think that's dope to be able to do. For sure, for sure. I definitely think that's dope to be able to do. Um, I don't know how, if it's the first kid. I feel like Sean said I wouldn't go because you just showed me that we really don't fuck with each other like that. I agree. Like I said, if I found out via Instagram and everybody else found out a different way, then I would for sure feel like you don't fuck with me and we need to explore different options. But December, while you're making all this funk, you better make sure you take a dope ass present. Make sure you show up with big energy for your niece or nephew and don't even try to make no scene or anything of that nature. Like show up and show out for your sister because clearly she feels some type of way. She doesn't feel like you show up for her. And that's without her saying it. She clearly feels like you don't show up for her. And so you might want to explore that as well. But again, conversations are important. I'm not gonna just take her side of the end of the stick and not explore yours too because I've been on both sides. And girl, Heather, An only child, there's so many blessings in that for sure. Like being an only child, I'm sure that's a blessing, but I don't I don't even I have a lot of brothers and sisters. I'm not as close with them as I would like to be, but that's a whole nother show. We'll talk about that another time. But yes, me, Shanae, we all say if you go, make sure you show out with your gift because it's really not about you. It's about your sister and your niece and your nephew that's on the way. So make sure you remember that. It is her moment. All right. So that's that one. So while we have people streaming, I want to go into our second one. But before we go into the second one, I want to remind you to tap into our network. We have different shows all throughout the week that you can tune into. So make sure that you visit our page. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. And you can catch me here every Friday 4-ish, 4:15. You know how we do every Friday, 4:15, and we have these kind of conversations. So share. Oh, and definitely share this to your pages too so we can extend the conversation out a little bit more. Have your people comment too. To engage in the fun because that's what keeps it going and that's what makes it fun and that's what makes it live. And so if you're not visiting me on our network, you can check out Life's Little Gems. They have some really good conversations about different Black community issues. We have Bet That with Robbie the Rocket. We have Sadiddy. They're a young group of panelists and they have a dope conversation and show. And then My People with Uncle Tux will be kicking off very soon. So support the network, support our network because we are not just for the people, we are the people. And then also, like I said, make sure that you tap in with Miss V for her Divine Butters. Oh, I'm skipping some shows. Sorry about that. So we have Round After Round. And then after me tonight, we have Damo who does Friday Funk. It's a super fun drumming show. So tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. It's good for the soul. And then, like I said, Miss V and her butters, you can catch her with us on Sunday at Breathe. She has them in person, some of the most divine spells that you'll ever experience. And they leave your skin so amazingly soft. So come play spades, Uno, Domino with us on Sunday at Breathe at Tetra from 2 to 7. Make sure you're there. So, Shanae, if you have a free Sunday, come play spades with us. Oh, me and Jazz ran the table on Sunday. Shout out to the Jazz duo. We ran the table. I'm talking about we smashed them like 320 to -70. We set them twice, ran a train. It was beautiful. So if you really think you can play spades, like for real, and you can talk that shit and you can blow it back and you like good music and all of that, come vibe with us because it really is a vibe. And we do need people to come play because that's what makes it fun. So come out on Sunday, 2 to 7. Come play with us. Come vibe with us. Come be with us. Cool? Cool. All right. So we're going to go into the next one. And the next one is a piggyback off of last week, which I think is super dope. All right. So this one, Brittany H. So you were saying how you don't really have your link spend the night, but I've been talking to this man for 5 months. We go on dates, we vibe, we do everything adults do, but he has never spent the night. He says he sleeps better in his own bed. Jassy, he lives 10 minutes away. Is he hiding a wife, a kid, a whole other life, or am I dealing with a vampire? So you guys remember last week, we were talking about does your sneaky link spend the night, or like is it a sneaky link if they spend the night? Does it become like a whole situation or like a booty call situation like once they spend the night? And so I said sneaky links. We used to call them booty calls when I was growing up. That's what they were called. they don't spend the night. Like they have one purpose. They come, they go, they leave. But you said that you've been talking to him for 5 months and that you guys go on dates, that you vibe, you do everything that adults do. We all know what that means. But he never spends the night. He never spends the night. What do y'all think? Um, I don't know because I don't even think there's so many things that I want to say, but I want to hear from y'all. Oh yes, Sinead, we do have a food truck. Matter of fact, we have your food truck, the Park Hill Falcons food truck. They came this weekend and they did wings and they did French fries, hamburgers, and they came and they kicked it. So yep, there's a food truck. They're reasonably priced wings, hamburgers, French fries. The food is bomb too. So you can get food. Oh, Janika's gonna be there this Sunday. She's not. She'll be there this Sunday. So Janika will be there pouring tea this Sunday. Vic will be there doing massages. Oh, and let me just say this. Um, Spirit matters with massages. Like aura matters, your presentation matters. So when you're in this space and you're there to provide a service, just make sure that you're showing up with good energy, good presence, good spirits. So we're looking forward to having Vic back on the massages. She'll be back from, I believe she's gonna come 3 to 5 and do massages. So come get a minute massage. Come to the food truck. Come get some tea from Janika and come get smashed in spades. That'll be Sunday. So definitely do that. Um, yeah, so that's a little caveat there. Miss Teresa, she said he lives 10 minutes away, so clearly she must know where he lives. I don't know if necessarily she's been to his house or like if she's ever spent the night. Oh, that's a good question. Like, well, have you ever spent the night at his house? Like, have you ever spent the night at his house? Um, she's mixing feelings with Sneaky Leak. Nope, she needs to go back. um, so 5 months, you're right. I don't think because you can have a sneaky link for years. Like it doesn't have to be, it can be a long standing thing. But with her, she says that they go on dates. So since they go on dates and they're doing all that, that's not a booty call. So she's dating this man. She's genuinely dating this man and they vibe and they're kicking it or whatever. And he doesn't stay the night. So for me, I personally don't have an issue with that because I do sleep better by myself and I'm not necessarily a cuddler. So if you want to go home, that's cool. The only issue with me is if I can't come with you. Like, all right, well, maybe we'll lay up at your house. Like if there's no back and forth or I can't come to your house and you're always at my house and then you got to leave, I would have a couple questions for sure. Um, I don't know. I feel like I feel like ask him if it's 5 months and he lives 10 minutes away and he sleeps better in his own bed. Like that could very well be a legit reason. And I would, because I'm flirtatious and I know how to play on words, I'd be like, well, can I come sleep in your bed with you? Or, well, let's sleep in your bed together. Or something to where you can kind of proud. Or just ask him straight up, like, well, why don't you ever stay the night? And I understand you sleep better in your bed, but, well, then can I come lay with you because I actually enjoy spending the night, or I want to take us to where we're waking up together. And then again, that comes with that whole like, what are we doing? Because the nigga might just really be, it might not be that serious for him on both sides. Like him not spending the night may not be that serious for him as much as it is for you, or you might not be that serious to him as much as it is for you. So I would just explore with both of those. Um, Shanae says you can go on a date with the sneaky link. They aren't dating. Oh, wait, you said you go on dates with your sneaky links? Because I don't think you can date your sneaky link. I think that defeats the purpose. I think if, well, actually, I also do say, like, if you're single, you shouldn't, you don't need to have a sneaky link because you're single, so there's nothing to sneak about. But if it's a person, and that's where we got into the conversation, like, all right, well, we used to just call them booty calls because it wasn't nothing sneaky, but it was just only one purpose. Like, you had one purpose. And because you only had one purpose, you didn't spend the night. You came, you did what we were supposed to do, and you left. Now, in like sneaky links and situationships and all that type of stuff, it gets a little bit more complicated. And so that's what we're saying. Like, she clearly asked him to stay, Heather. I think she does ask him. And his response is that he sleeps better in his own bed. And so my thing would be like, all right, well, let's go to your bed then, babe. Or let's do this at your house. But 5 months, and that's not too long of a time. Like, I don't know. Is 5 months long in dating? Because y'all know me. I don't really know if that's long. I agree that there needs to be some clarity on what this title is or what we're doing. And maybe he doesn't want to be bothered like they're married. Maybe he doesn't like clingy. Or maybe he does have a woman. I say it could be all of the above too, Miss Teresa. So how do we figure that out? Ask him. I feel like you should definitely ask him. But also, in a flirtatious way, I would start by inviting myself to his house. Like, well, can I come sleep with you in your bed? And then if there's some resistance or some hesitation, I would kind of prowl a little bit more because it's cool to know. And then Heather says, I don't think she's making clear that that's important to her. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to express that, like, well, I enjoy spending this time with you, or I want to wake up next to you, or whatever the case may be. Then express that. And so, yes, Build and Grow on YouTube said sneaky leaks are different from a booty call. You think so? I feel like it's the same thing. Like, a sneaky link, you're showing up to make it happen with no strings attached. And a booty call was the same thing. You think it's different? I don't know if I think it's different. But explain to me, Build and Grow, how you think it's different. Yeah, Heather, let's just have a sleepover. Let's just spend the night. Where's your spend the night bag? You got one? Are you bringing it? But yeah, so I don't think it's a matter of having a wife and a kid, because if you're out in public and you're doing all that other stuff and it's just a matter of the fact that he wants to sleep in the comfort of his home, I don't know if it's all that serious to the point where you shouldn't be able to ask him yourself or show up at his house. Shanae says no, a sneaky link means you have a partner that you're sneaking on. Oh, so you're cheating. That's what I was saying. Like, okay, so as a single person, do you have sneaky links because you're single? So if you're single, you're not really cheating or creeping because you're single. So now I get it. So is that how a sneaky link is different from a booty call? Because most of the time, booty calls are two single people. Is that what you're saying? Because if so, then yep, I definitely fucked that up because I thought they were the same thing. But that makes sense now. And so then Shanae says a booty call is just a sex buddy, no strings attached. I thought that's what a sneaky link was too, but now you're telling me it's for people who are in a relationship and are creeping. So now I see that differently. And then Build and Grow says, nope, it's different. The difference is in the title. Sneaky leak is cheating. A booty call is a good fucking partner. I'm learning. I'm learning now. I'm so learning. So, okay, then I don't have sneaky links because I'm not cheating and I'm not in a relationship. So that's not my thing. But if I'm having a booty call, if somebody's just coming over for those purposes, then no, they don't need to stay the night. But in her situation, in Brittany's situation, they have a whole vibe and they're dating and they're clearly doing all the things that adults do. But when it's time to cuddle and go night night, he leaves. And so she wants to know, like, is he hiding something? Is it an issue? Or what is that? And I say, ask him. Or like do it in a cute little flirtatious way. And Miss Teresa said, yep, with his favorite meal. Absolutely. Show up with his favorite meal. Because if you know he lives 10 minutes away, you must know where he lives. And I'm always down for a good pop up. I'm with it only if y'all are like dating. But again, you have to um establish that. Establish what that is. So I learned something new about the difference between a sneaky link and a booty call because I definitely was like, they're one and the same. So if you have a sneaky link, that means you're cheating, and we're not with that type shit. If you have a booty call, that means that you're single, and both of y'all just know what it is. And then if you're dating and all that other stuff, we know. Um, and then Heather says, "What then? Yeah, he has a girl, and you know that. Am I missing this? No, hold on. So no, not in this email, Heather. So in this email, she doesn't have. It's not a situationship. That's what she's trying to figure out. Actually, she's trying to figure out if he has a girl because they've been kicking it hard and tough for 5 months. But when it's time to cuddle, he doesn't want to stay at her house. But we talked about that last week because you said you're the spend the night girl. Like you stay in, you're having breakfast in bed and everything. I told you, like, I can bounce. Like, I could be like Janae Aku and I could go. We don't even got to do all that. But again, it does depend on like where we are, like how we're experiencing each other, how we're enjoying each other's company. Um, no, so that's what I thought too. So it's like not knowing the title. Miss Teresa says if you have a booty call, you're cheating too. But I don't think it is. I don't think you're cheating if you're single and you're on a booty call. Yeah, Heather, I know you're staying. You said I'm putting my feet up. We gonna play, we cuddling, all of that type of stuff. But what if he has like some, oh, not even to be funny, because I've actually dated somebody who has this. What if he has to wear one of them masks in his sleep? No bullshit. Like I've dated someone who has one of those. Like they have to wear a mask and he may not be comfortable with bringing that out or he might really have to sleep at home. And I'm not being funny. Don't say that, Heather, cuz I'm not trying to be an ass, but there could be different layers to that. Like he could have a sleeping machine. I forgot what they're called. But yeah, I've dated someone who had a sleeping machine and they're big and sometimes they're not portable. And if he doesn't have one that's portable, or if he has some type of sleep apnea, and a lot of black men actually have sleep apnea, trust me. So there could be different conditions. He could have a sleeping condition. He could have a lot of CPAP. That's what it's called. And I'm not being funny, Heather. I'm being serious. CPAP. Exactly. There could be CPAP issues. There could be disorders. He could be one who wanders at night. You never know. And those are things that do need to be discussed. Like Shanae says, like we don't talk about health issues. We don't talk about these kind of things before we lay down and get naked all the time. So that could very well be a thing too. He might, he could be incontinent. He could have some type of, I just want us to not also always assume the worst. Like we don't always gotta assume just because a man isn't trying to marry you overnight that he's cheating. Like there could be other issues. There could be other underlying things. Like it doesn't always gotta be a whole nother bitch in another family or another anything. And that goes to our issues in dating anyway, because when we start dating, we already come in thinking like the worst or thinking like there's another woman or another situation and we have our guard up, but it doesn't allow us to communicate and ask real questions and really get to know each other and really get to know who we're dealing with, because sleeping issues are a real thing. And not for nothing, my nigga, I don't like snoring. So if I know that you snore, it's a wrap. I'm probably, let me rephrase that. If I know that you snore, like either I'm gonna get some earplugs, but if you're not my man and we're just fucking, I'm leaving because that's uncomfortable and I can't sleep when you're snoring. So I'm gonna go home. But if we're dating and we're in situation, I mean we're dating and we're working, I'll get some earplugs. I'll be accommodating. I'll try to, rectify the situation, but we never know. There could be so many different layers to this. PTSD. Maybe he don't want to whip you behind his sleep. Exactly. Like, exactly. Niggas, real shit. Niggas wake up in the middle of the night and it might get a little funky. You never know. There's so many different reasons. And again, health issues, okay, so let me tell you, and the dude that I dated who had sleep apnea, I like he was dope. He was dope. He was so cool. Our sex was amazing. It was the greatest thing ever. But I know he felt so uncomfortable after all of our situation. Like he would have to put on the mask, and so me, I would be Jazz and be help him feel secure, like it's no issue, like I get it. And so I would really comfort him in that. But like that's a real thing, and y'all are laughing in the comments. Heather said it's a deal breaker. Nigga, you said a deal breaker? If he has a sleeping machine, that's a deal breaker, Heather? And you're a nurse. How could that be a deal breaker and you're a nurse? There's no way around that. We can't figure it out. We can't work it out. We can't. Sister said, listen, I tell a dude off top I snore the fuck. I guess because I only date men who... Tilly says she only dates men who snore as well. Because... so y'all both just be in there snoring, just calling the cows, just going back. I would be devastated. Do you hear me? I would have music on in the background. Nigga, I might actually go to another room. I'm okay with you having your own bedroom. I have my own bedroom, especially if you snore. But she said, you gotta date a man that snores too, because y'all be hollering. That just made me laugh so hard, Tilly. Exactly. Wait. Snoring and incontinence. See, Shanae, we're talking real shit now. Incontinence is a thing. Like, we're getting older. He might have to get up in the middle of the night and relieve himself, and he doesn't want to do that in front of you. Just like how, we don't be wanting to fart and do number twos in front of our dudes in our first stages too. He might have something that is a little bit deeper. He might have something with his hairline, because niggas be coloring in their hairlines. He might he might have to take his hairline off, like how we take our makeup off at night. There's so many different things. There's so many different things. But Donna said, I'm not helping you with your CPAP until we're married. But you got to get to that point, though. Like, you got to get that. Hold on. Oh, Peach Bottom Batty, what's up? I'm so happy to see you again this week. You had some dope conversations last week. She said, baby, you are not hitting this blunt if you need a CPAP machine. Listen, I've seen it all. I'll just say that. I have seen it all. I have seen niggas who need CPAP smoke a blunt. I have definitely seen that in action. Yeah, I've seen it. So, making music, snoring hard, Tilly. That is so funny to me, because I'm like, I'm a soft sleeper. Like, I can get into a deep, deep sleep, but I'm a soft sleeper. So any type of snoring, any type of hard breathing, it wakes me up immediately, like immediately. And then I can go back to sleep and I can get back into the flow of it. But you never know. So these are all... Twerkers only on YouTube said that. Twerkers only on YouTube said, I have CPAP. Fuck y'all. See, it's a real... it's a real thing. Okay, so CPAP... Okay, so twerkers only... And I'm going to ask this, and I'm really not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. So, as a person who has CPAP, are you as willing to spend the night at your partner's house? doesn't that create some levels of complications? Because this whole conversation is starting is because Brittany has been dealing with her nigga for about 5 months, and when it comes down to it, he says that he just sleeps better in his own bed. I said she automatically thinks like, oh, maybe he got a wife he's hiding, and I'm like, no, let's take that off the table, because we always automatically assume that the nigga's cheating or he got another life. But there's so many different layers. There's so many different things. So one of the reasons that he could potentially not want to spend the night is because he has a CPAP. He has sleep apnea. And I said that I used to deal with the dude who had that, and it does seem like he was a little insecure around it. And so I did my best, my job, to make him feel, like it wasn't an issue. So, twerkers only. Do you spend the night at your people's house, or do they have to come to you because you have a CPAP? And my other question is like, do you have like the mobile ones? And again, I'm not being funny, because I know technology has really improved itself to where they got the smaller ones. My nigga I was dealing with, he had the big he had the big elephant tube, so he couldn't take it nowhere. It was really the big one that he couldn't move. So that's a real question to you, twerkers only. I'm not laughing at you. That's a real question. Could you answer though, for real? Do you spend the night? Do you have a spend the night bag, or do you gotta come home? Or can you pack your thing with you so that you can spend the night? And then, like, do you tell your people? Like, cause that's dangerous, cause you could be getting some sloppy toppy. You could be, like, be getting worn out, and like you could have a stroke type situation. Like, that could be a real thing. So do we talk about that, and how do we talk about that? Like, yeah. Now wait until your time comes. That man gonna leave y'all. Okay, hold on. Y'all's comments are moving quick. Let me try to catch up here. So, but I do want you to answer that though. I do. And then at YouTube it says, why do men get attached with cheating when women cheat more? I agree. That's what I'm saying too. I'm gonna actually agree with you on that comment. I do think women do cheat more than men, and I'm a woman. I can honestly say that. But men get caught. Y'all get caught. Y'all are done. Y'all aren't the smartest in the way that y'all get caught cheating, and so that's why y'all get attached with it more, because y'all get caught more. And a lot of times when y'all cheat, y'all are loud about it. Y'all are loud. Either you're loud, or your side bitch is loud, or somebody's loud. And it never is just a quiet situation. So the reason why men get associated with cheating more than women is because y'all suck at it. Y'all don't do it as good as we do. And I'm just being honest. So hope all y'all OD, but okay, listen. But twerker, I'm old too. I'm about to be 41 next week. And so I'm not making fun of you whatsoever. And don't be wishing no CPAP on me next year. I'm good. All I'm asking is a real question. Like, do you take your machine with you? Or do they got to come to you because you have your machine? And yes, oh, hi, sister. Hi. So, Adriana, that's my real life sister. Like, she's my real life baby sister. She lives in Jacksonville. I love her so much. And we're 10 years apart. She just celebrated her 31st birthday on December 7th. So, shout out to Adri. And yes, we are worse. Let's just be honest. Women are better cheaters. We are. And so twerkers only says, no, I'm not taking my CPAP with me on a booty call. That's crazy. So then that means you leave, right? So then rightfully so, our homie in the email, he could probably be leaving. Not saying it's the truth, but it's an option. He could be leaving because he got medical conditions and he got some shit that he just doesn't want to disclose to you. But ask him. But LaDonna said she's not even fucking with your CPAP until y'all are married. But LaDonna, how do you even get to that point? How do we get to that point if you're not even with it? If you're not even with it. Let's see here. Tilly said, now if he's snoring like he's trying to out, yeah, I'm telling you. And that snoring be serious. That snoring be serious. Miss V said men can literally do a million things that can lead a woman on, such as taking her out on dates, but then only think they will be leading you on if they stay the night. Ooh, that's a good point. So, Miss V, you're saying that he's basically saying, potentially could be saying that spending the night is taking it just a step too far. That's a dope perspective. What do y'all say about that? Like, what do you say about that? So, 702 Baller Head Out said, I have sex with more married women than single women. I believe that. We've had that conversation, and we can definitely continue that conversation for sure. And I got a lot of homeboys who fuck married women all the time. Like, that's their preference. So, I believe that. Bianca says, Bianca says, CPAP. Man, bring that ass here, boy. That would not bother me, nor the snoring. So, okay, look, B, that's what I said in the conversation. Like, I dealt with the man who had CPAP. It didn't bother me. It threw me off because I didn't know about it. But what I'm saying is sometimes men don't want to spend the night because they have other issues. It's not necessarily because they're cheating or they got to go home to their wife or whatever. And so I brought up my situation where I had to spend the night at his house all the time because he had a CPAP machine. It wasn't because he didn't want to be with me. It was because, nigga, I need to breathe while I sleep. And that's the only way I can. So if we're going to continue this, we need to be at my house. And so I was saying to her, like, ask, do you tolerate farting in your sleep? I don't even want to smell that. No, I mean, tolerate, that's a hard word because it's natural, but no, just don't fart in your sleep. If you can choose not to, then don't. But back to what we were saying, B, like, I don't think CPAPs it shouldn't bother you. Heather said it's a deal breaker. Heather said, fuck you and that CPAP machine, and she's a nurse. LaDonna said, I'm not dealing with no CPAP until we're married. 702 Baller said that they're not taking their CPAP out the house. Twerkers only said that they do have a CPAP machine and they're not taking it out either. So we hear that sleep apnea CPAPs are a real thing. So when I said it, I wasn't really just being funny, even though it is hella funny, but it's a real thing. And so when we think about it, all the different health things that could be underlying, like I said, he might draw his hairline on, like how we do makeup, and he might not want you to see that he got a receding hairline. He might be incontinent. The nigga may not be able to hold his pee overnight. Like, there's so many different things. And I feel like you said, B, we are human, and I hope I make it comfortable enough for you to be able to talk to me about it. Like, yeah, that's the point of a relationship. But if I'm just fucking you and you're a booty call, because I don't have sneaky links because I'm single, but if you're just a booty call, I'm not bothered by the fact that you're not spending the night because I don't even want you to spend the night. But if I'm dating you and I enjoy your time and we're experiencing each other, then we should be able to have that conversation. Oh, what I read wrong, Heather? Tell me. Run it back so I can make sure that I'm not blowing it or fucking it up because I never want to put the wrong words in somebody's mouth. Bianca said, a fart should not bother you. No, farts don't bother me. I don't want to smell it, but I don't, LaDonna said, you do snore a little, but I like sleeping in my own bed, so I'm leaving at 3 a.m. or whatever. I want to go home. If I had a CPAP, I really am not spending the night. So, see, that's what I said, the same thing, too. Like, I'm not really bothered. Like, my girl said in Janae, like, I don't got to stay the night. I don't even got to pack a bag. Like, if that's the intent, cool. But I'm not saying that I won't spend the night. I'm not saying that I'm opposed to spending the night. I'm not saying I'm just about to hit it and quit it every time. But it's not necessarily a requirement. And twerkers only, I'm not laughing at your disability. I swear I'm not. Because trust me, we all got something. I can only sleep for like 4 hours at a time and I'm moving around. I'm all over the place. So I'm not the best person to sleep with either. But I'm just asking a question. If you have a machine, do you take it with you? Or does the person have to come to your house? And like she said, this girl, she said that she knows that he lives 10 minutes away. So if you know where he lives, do a friendly pop up. And Miss Teresa said, bring his favorite meal. And I'm like, hell yeah, because we're always down for a good pop up if y'all are in that space. Because what not? And Adri says, the older I get, the more I understand the grandmas that live alone, live alone and see their men when they see them. Listen, I just said that. I'm cool with, but I can have clingy moments. Like I love to cuddle at times, but you can have your own room and I can have my own room and we can meet in between. Like I don't have to be all up under you, but when I am under you, I am under you. Like I want to be all in your skin. I want to smell you. I want to feel you. I want all of that. But it doesn't have to be 24/7. Oh, no, no, no. So, no, Heather, I'm not saying it's a deal breaker for me. No, no. I dealt with somebody who has sleep apnea. So, it's definitely not a deal breaker for me. I'm just saying that it could be a deal breaker. Like for some people are like, nah, that's just too much. I just don't really want to deal with that. And for some men, it could be an insecurity because like with twerkers only, like twerkers thinks we're making fun of them and we're not. We're having a real conversation. I am really asking a real question like for people with CPAP, and it's not that I'm making fun of you, it's not that it's a deal breaker. I'm just saying this could be homeboy situation where why he doesn't want to sleep in her bed or why he says he sleeps better at home is he could have a medical condition. So that's all I'm saying. Oh, I don't even know if I could last for a good 15 minutes. Like all I like to cuddle for like 3 minutes, then roll over, then come back and cuddle for another 3 minutes, then roll over. But I can't lay on you all night like how people spoon all night. Like I can't do it all night. We can start that way. But I don't think I could spoon all night because then I'm going to want to do it to you again. And then we got to go to sleep at some point. And then it gets too hot. Like you said, it gets too hot. It gets too hot. Miss Teresa, we're meeting in the hallway. We're going to meet in the hallway. Make it happen. Or we could have like a third bedroom for both of us or something. Let me see. Depends on how good he treats you and how good. So, LaDonna, do you think she's tripping because um she's bothered by the fact that he doesn't spend the night? Would you be bothered if your dude didn't spend the night? What are your thoughts there? Shanae says you can bring your machine. You cannot pee on my bed, period. Take your ass home. You are my booty call. We are not dating. Okay, but what if you are dating? Because she says they're 5 months in and they go on dates and they do everything that adults do. So if they are dating, what if you are dating? And let me see. Starburst says, I thought I met the love of my life till I found out his condition. He pee a little bit. See, that's what I'm saying. There be real shit. So he pees. He's incontinent. He can't hold it, and so maybe he don't want you to know that immediately. And damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that he was the love of your life, and I get it because there's some things that if we ain't married and this condition didn't come after the fact or while, there's some things that you don't gotta accept. So I'm sorry that he pee a little bit, but I definitely, that's what I'm saying. Twerkers only said my bed would be more comfortable and more convenient for my equipment, and I use it every night. Okay, cool. So then that means that the crack ops happen at your house, or when you are done, you leave. Do you tell people why you leave, or do you just leave? You know? A handicapped man is better than a man who wears a dress. I agree. But just disclose it. And like Bianca said, like let us get to a level of trust, of comfort where you feel comfortable enough where you can have this conversation with me and you can tell me what your situation is. Winston 74 said, piss ass boy. Yeah, like yeah. Yeah. I don't agree. Well, Heather says if we're sexing, we're dating. Does everybody agree with that? Because I don't. But I think a lot of women hold that position. Heather says, if we're sexing, we're dating. Does everybody agree with that? If we're sexing, we're dating. Is that a true statement for everyone? LaDonna says, I think she needs to ask questions. I'm nosy, and once we get to a certain point, I need to know. So if it's something I want to deal with, then we can continue dating. But if not, then you can say it doesn't work. I agree. Ask questions. Ask questions. No drinking after 8 p.m. No drinking what? No drinking liquor? Because you know that's when we're just getting started, Miss Teresa. What are we not drinking after 8? My sister Adri says nope, nope, and nope. Bianca said hell nah. Hell nah. Shanae says, well, the first conversation is finding out her position in his life. And no, I don't agree with Heather. Heather, I think you might be the only one so far who says that. Let's see. Adri says, nah. Bianca says, nah. Shanae says, nah. My other sister, Tilly, though, she says she's agreed. I definitely agree because I ain't giving you my goodies if we ain't. So, sister Tilly, you're only fucking if you only fuck if you're dating them. Okay, so we got 2 and we got 5. We got 5 who say nah. We have 2 who say yes. And Winston says you can't date a one night stand, mama. So are y'all having one night stands? Is that a thing for y'all? For Tilly, I know that's definitely not a thing for Tilly. But Heather, have you ever had a one night stand before? Or you don't have to answer. That might be a little personal. But is that something that you've ever even thought about? Um Shanae says, but once I'm dating someone, I'm not calling them my booty call no more. Agreed. Like once we're at that phase, it's at a different we're at a different pace and a different place, so it's different. I totally agree with that. And Heather says, I don't do booty calls though. I'm always looking for love. And that's what makes you the lover girl. We talk about that because we both fall in love in like 2 weeks. But I'm managed though. Thank God I've been delivered. But I could definitely crack it off real quick and keep it moving. But then I also learned in some spaces, like you get your feelings hurt that way if it's not established. Because there have been some times where I've been heavy in love and that definitely wasn't it. And then there's been times where the nigga was heavy in love and it definitely wasn't it for me either. So I can go both ways. But I think it's important to establish that from the beginning. But I don't think you have to date somebody to fuck them. And I don't think, yeah, I don't know. Miss Teresa says, what do you mean anything that makes, oh, no drinking anything that makes you have to pee after 8? Why? So you're not supposed to have liquids after 8 at all? Nothing? And then, okay, wait, so back to that point though, Heather. So what? Okay, so then how long do I gotta date before we fuck? Like, it's like, I'm so confused by that. I guess I won't be confused. I guess I'm not confused. Winston says fucking is fucking, dating is persuading or pursuing. Is that pursuing or persuading? Dating is pursuing or persuading. One of them two. Miss Teresa says once you start dating somebody, somebody else will be considered the booty call. Yeah, because it just kind of moves on. I don't think it's wrong to have booty calls, but my feelings get involved. I feel that my intentions are clear. So that's what it is for me. Like my intentions just are very clear. I feel like that's important to make sure that your intentions are clear. But I think you can, so you don't think it's possible to have just strictly physical relationships where the only purpose is just fucking. Do you think that in order to have sex that it requires things outside of the bedroom? Like you have to like talk to each other. Well, of course you talk. I mean, I'm not going to be that. But I mean, like, does it mean like you have to like go on dates and like check on each other? Winston says courtship. Like, do I have to court you to fuck you, or can we just have sex? Shanae says no. If you're dating, you should not have a booty call. I agree. Oh, wait, because we talked about that last week. Sorry, my feet are getting stuck. We talked about that last week because in dating, if you're just dating, can't I date multiple people if I'm clear about it? If I let you know what it is, can I date multiple people? Does that mean that I have a something on the side, or like what does that look like? For me, I like monogamous dating. Like I like monogamous dating when I get to that point. But until I get to that point, I am a date everybody, sis. But I'm not having sex with everybody. Like I think it's very important to be monogamous when you have sex. For me, that's important. But I understand that that's not how everybody moves. Winston, are you courting anyone? Are you courting or are you just straight to the point? Miss Teresa says you're supposed to have clear intentions. However, let's make sure we bring up mental health because one side may have good intentions while the other doesn't. I agree. I agree. I agree. Mental health is important. um, all health is important clearly as we're talking because we got CPAP things, we got sleep apnea, we got incontinence where people can't hold their pee overnight. Like so health in general, not even just mental health, but all health facilities. How are you physically? How are you mentally? How are you emotionally? Like, are you waking up having scares in the middle of the night? Do you think somebody's about to attack you? PTSD. Have you been in the military? Like, that type of shit is real. People wake up with night horrors, with night scares, with all that type of shit. So, like, there's so many different things to consider. Um, yeah, there's just a lot of things that you just need to consider with thinking about that. Um, and Heather says she's a monogamous dater as well. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a monogamous date. I know what I just said, and so what I'm saying is I'll go on dates with multiple people, but I am monogamous when I have sex. Like if I decide to have sex with one person, it's just that one person. But that doesn't mean that I don't go on dates with other people. I just don't have sex with those people. I don't know. So I don't know if that's monogamous or what that's called. So I think it's a conversation around all those. And so when okay, so you're fucking. So do you are you dating or are you just you have people who have the understanding that this is what it is and that's all it is? And yeah, building girl, I say 2025 test the water safety and have real conversations about that too. Like have you been burned? When's the last time you got tested? Do you fuck with people of the same sex? Have you been bent over? Do you been niggas over? Like really have those kind of conversations. And if we're being transparent, if you can't have those kind of conversations, you don't need to be fucking because that's how we all end up in jeopardy. That's how we all end up in situations because y'all are doing secret stuff. And I'm not just talking about men. Women be doing weird shit too. And if so you got to be able to have conversations about real life stuff. Transparency. Yes, building girl. Transparency. And if that's your thing, no glove, no love. Yes, like have those conversations. And babies are a real thing. I tell people all the time like if we're at that point, nigga, I'm fertile and I'm not doing abortions at 40. So if that's what it is, that's what it is. So we need to be very clear on all four fronts because you're not trapping me. I'm not trapping you, but this is what it is. And so A, B, C, and D, have the conversations because that saves so much. And this clearly, Brittany, that's the conversation you need to have. Like, I'm feeling some type of way because I want to spend the night with you, or I want to lay up with you, or I want to wake up in the morning with you. But I also say before you get to the point of the conversation, test the water in a sexy way. Show up with I don't know, that could go bad. Who knows? But you have multiple different ways where you could figure it out. But it all boils down to communication and conversation and being transparent about all of that. Um, and again, I think a lot of people see dating and sex and relationships totally different. Some people have to be wine and dine. I've had enough conversations with men to know, and you guys can help me in YouTube because that's where most of my men are that follow. I've heard that with men, a lot of times sex can be transactional and it can be a mannish exchange. And I know for women, it can be that same way too. So it doesn't necessarily have to have all the dating and the love and the courtship. And I can attest to that as well. So it's interesting to see the perspective around in order to have sex, we have to be dating. Because I don't know if that's always true. But then also that comes into the point sometimes too, Heather. What do you think about people who kind of play on that, who know that the only way that she'll fuck is if we're dating, so they kind of manipulate the situation, or they act like they want to date you or that they're interested just so that they can fuck, and then once you guys have sex, it's over. So like, what about that? What are your thoughts in regards to that? Because we definitely know that happens too. And Shanae says she skipped the conversation step. She's not investing in questioning what it is. And that's what I said too. Like, yeah, like you gotta have that conversation. You gotta have a conversation. Cause we're so quick to assume some shit. We're so quick to assume, oh, that nigga got a family, a wife, a kid. But it's like, no. Allow that man space to give you an answer. Did I say that right? Yeah. Allow him space to give you an answer or to open up to you or to be vulnerable. We don't always gotta make sure it don't always gotta be the worst of the worst. And then also, if we're bringing that shit into a relationship, question your insecurities too. Like, question your insecurities. Because if he's never giving you no reason aside from the fact that he wants to sleep in his own bed, but he shows up for you, y'all go on dates, y'all vibe, and all of that, like, you might want to question your insecurity too, because that's showing up just a little bit. It's definitely showing up just a little bit. Get your coat and that cute red number and walk those 10 minutes and knock on the door. Exactly. Show up in your what are they called? I'm gonna do that. That's on my bucket list, to show up on somebody's door in just a penny, some panties and some bras under my rain jacket and some heels. Maybe not even nothing under the rain jacket, but that is definitely on my bucket list. Somebody's gonna get me at their door. Mark my words. So yeah. You said 5 months for what? He had 5 months to tell you that he got sleep apnea, or he had 5 months for what? You think that he should have told you at this point? Is that what you're saying, Shanae, that you should know at this point? Cuff Photography says hot, open transparency. I really like that. I like that. I like that. Winston said, show your my chart results. I have no problem with that. I definitely got a my chart that I can pull up and show you without a problem. That's what it's called, LaDonna, a trench coat, nigga. Do you hear me? I'm about to show up with somebody. Listen, I already see it in my head. It's gonna be a dope ass. I really want a dope blue, because you know I want a dope blue one or a jean one. But if I can't do that, it'll be smoke black. I'm gonna have finger waves, some dope ass red lipstick, bomb ass heels. It's gonna be a whole fucking vibe. Do you hear me? And it's gonna happen. It's on my bucket list. I will be at somebody's door in a trench coat. And it's just magical. But yeah, so pull up on your dude. 5 months, surprise him. See what happens there. Tilly says, don't misunderstand me. We definitely got to have sex in order for me to know if I want to invest in this situation. Because if the sex is trash, it's definitely going to be an issue and I'm out. So that's what I'm saying, sister. So okay, so you're saying you, in dating, you have sex. And then if the sex is garbage, you break up with him? So how does that work though? So then does that mean that you fuck him soon? Because you don't want to be with a nigga for months and then you have sex and it's garbage. Because then now your relationship is invested and you like him and y'all are cool. And now you got to break up with him because the sex is bad. So how does that work? Because I feel like sex is a huge part of a monogamous relationship. Like, whatever that looks like. And even in your monogamous relationship, y'all may agree to bring people in or whatever the case may be. But I feel like you said that the only way you'll have sex is if you're dating them. And I'm saying, what happens if after you've been dating them, the sex is whack? Do you break up with them? And then, like, that's a lot of time invested to just walk away because the sex is whack. So tell me how you handle that. What does that look like? I want to know. That day shit don't mean nothing. He can be married. That's what I'm saying. Pop up. If it's 5 months and y'all are in that space, do a cute little pop up. Do it in a cute way. Pop up with your trench coat. Miss Teresa said bring his favorite meal. If you know he's 10 minutes away, you know where he lives, pop up. Or arrange to have a way that you could have dinner at his house and switch it from being from your house to his so you can know. Or you could just ask him. And like Tilly said, like, yeah, we need to make sure everybody's on the up and up. So you need to have them my chart results. If we're just fucking, we need to make sure that you got clear results. We can have honest conversations about who's busting what open. And then Sneaker Geek said, so I guess we not waiting until marriage these days. I no. And that's a whole nother concept because I feel like people used to tell you to wait until marriage as a form of control, like a form of like religious control for me, because I believe during that time that white men particularly were very fragile around women and sexuality, and a level of control was being able to say you got to keep that shit on lock until your husband can control it. And so that's how I feel around the concept of waiting to have sex until you're married, because I just feel like that's a form of control, religious control. I don't necessarily think that's a real thing because, like, we're animals, we're mammals. Animals and other, I know it's not a very honest comparison. Like, it's like apples to oranges, kinda, but I don't think people are waiting to marriage. And also because Sneak Geek, people ain't even really getting married these days. Marriage rates have declined. Divorce rates have been pretty steady. But people don't even really get married like that anymore. So I don't really know if I think we're busting it wide open. I think we are definitely busting it wide open. And Tilly said, listen, at my age, I know when gonna be good. Test the water. Let him give you head. That will let you know everything you need to know. Oh, so you say the tongue game will help you to okay. All right. Y'all have me over here clutching my pearls. I don't have on pearls today, but I'm going to wear them next week so I can clutch them motherfuckers. Wait, Tilly said don't do it to them. Let them give you head, and that will tell if it's good sex or not. But Tilly, I don't even, like, oral sex is not a requirement for me. It's not a requirement. And I've had some amazing experiences in that regards, but it's not a requirement. So what would you suggest in that way? Because y'all in these comment sections are hilarious. Miss Teresa said, would you rather have a good man with bad sex or a bad man with good sex? Tilly, that's a question for you or anybody in the comments. Sneaker Geek says, so test drive the car before buying the vehicle. Got it. Are you opposed to that? Do you think it should be another way? Do you think I should buy the car? Well, how do I buy the car if I don't drive it? I gotta drive it off the lot. Or what do you think? So are you Sneak Geek, are you married or are you in a relationship, or like how are you feeling in that regard? That's what okay. Sneaky said that's bullshit. Like, don't have sex, you just give head. But what if you don't even like head? Like, what if that's not your thing? Heather says that she would rather have a good man with bad sex. Okay. Good man, bad. I think that's probably because you can train them, Heather. Is that how you feel? Or is it because sex is just not that important? Let me know what you think. Tilly said that she'll take the bad man with good sex because Tilly said that she'll take the bad man with good sex because she'll cheat. But you don't got to cheat if you train them or if you teach them. You can train them. Okay, so sneak geek, you're in a situationship. So in your situationship, do y'all date or is it just mainly where? How did it get to that point where it's just like fucking and not necessarily where it is all of that? Heather said sex isn't that important. Really? Is sex not a deal breaker for you? Is sex a deal breaker for you, LaDonna? Yeah, I think everybody's teachable. I think everyone can learn a trick or two. So I would take a good man that I could train because I. And another thing, I know this sounds crazy, but I don't think that. I think if you're great at having sex, then it's almost impossible to have bad sex if you're good at what you do. If you're good at what you do, I don't think it's possible. But okay, so that's veering way to the left, way to the left. The whole conversation, the whole focus, the whole subject was the idea of not every time somebody wants to go home to sleep, it's not necessarily because they have a whole nother life that they're hiding from you. There could be underlying issues and circumstances and things that you need to have the conversation to explore. It could be CPAP, it could be incontinence, it could be they're just not feeling you like that. You may want to understand what your title and situation is. Like Shanae and so many other ladies have said in the chat, just because y'all are dating and vibing doesn't necessarily mean that y'all are on the same page in terms of expectations. Meaning he could still just be dating and vibing with you and a lot of other women, whereas you clearly must think it's something more because you want him to spend the night. And so in there, you need to have those conversations about what it is. Because we've all agreed that booty calls don't fucking spend the night. We agree that sneaky links are two people who are cheating that get together. Situationships are people experiencing each other, or whatever the case may be. But just because I'm in a situation with you doesn't necessarily mean that you're the only one. And maybe kids are there. Oh, that could be a part too. No, 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 no. She wants him to spend the night and there aren't kids there. But I don't. Oh, are you saying, Heather, maybe he has to leave to go be with his kids? Because that's a thing too. Because that is true. He could be a single dad and he could probably have to go get his kids. So there's so many different things. And I just want to encourage us as women to kind of check our insecurities and to not always assume that just because a nigga don't want to lay up with you every night that he's cheating or that he got something to hide. And also, I want to encourage us to be bold enough to have real conversations, to ask these questions about what we want or what our expectations are, and do it with a little razzle dazzle if you have to. Show up to the nigga's house in a trench coat and say you're spending the night. And if there's some reservations, then y'all might have to have another real conversation, but really definitely explore there for sure. Because it's definitely. Sister, yes, you can. You can. You're not that much older than me. Tilly says you can't train no grown men in bed. Yes, you can. Everybody's coachable in bed. I think if they're really with it, I think you can. It's fun. I don't know, but I agree. So today was a great show. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. And if you have a scenario or something that you want to discuss, send it to me via email because that's how we have these conversations. What we're talking about right now is literally a piggyback off of last week because she was like, oh, you said your sneaky link don't spend the night. Well, I've been dealing with a nigga for 5 months and I actually want him to spend the night. So we build off on conversations and engagement. So if you have a scenario, and it don't have to be real to you, it could just be something that you want to chop up, send it to me. Dear Jassy at gmail.com. DEARJASSY, DEARJASSY at gmail.com. Dear Jassy at gmail.com. And you can be anonymous. I don't got to put your name up like I did with Brittany and the other people. But yes, send your stuff over so we can continue the conversation and keep it going. But shout out to all of you guys in the comments. And thank you for tuning in. If you're in Denver, come hang out with us on Sunday at Tetra, like I said, 3039 from 2 to 7. If you're about that life and you think you can come get down in spades, me and Jazz are always there to give it to you. Domino's Uno. Janika will be there pouring tea. Come out and have a sip. Come get a massage. Victoria is magical with her hands. She does $1 a minute massages, so make sure you check that out. And then always come back to our network where we are not just for the people, we are the people. And we'll check you next week.